is our first business clinic for the year 2022. Before we go into our discussion for the day, I want us to come to the same page, knowing fully well that the change in calendar does not necessarily mean change in fortune. For you to experience better business year, you need to have a different mindset. You need to have a mindset that sees opportunity in every problem, cash in cares and wealth. I want us to look into some of the five C's that enable people like us to have grown over the last 20 years to today. Now, the first C you need to learn or you need to put into practice in the year 2022 is known as clarity. I want you to write that down. Clarity of purpose. The problem with most emerging entrepreneurs is lack of clarity. You don't even know what you want to do. You are confused. And so your target audience is also confused. You need to have clarity of purpose. Know the problem you want, be able to define your operations. For instance, if I'm looking for the right kind of tuber of yam to buy and you're into agriculture, I should be able to think about you. That is what clarity of purpose is. I'm looking to have my clothes sewn. I should be able to think about you. Now, most people are confused. They are neither here or there, especially young entrepreneurs. They're into so many things. You ask them, what are you into? Today, I'm selling shoes. The next day, important to invest in so many things. But when you are starting, you need to have clarity of purpose. What do you think you are called to do? What problem are you wired to solve? You can evolve over time, just like Dangote, your Tether or Israel. You can tell that Dangote started with clarity of purpose. We used to know Dangote as Dangote Cement, the food sector, and then he advanced into the oil and gas sector today. But imagine at the very beginning, he was clear about what he really wanted to achieve. So as an emerging someone in business, write it clearly. This is what I'm called to do. The ambassador advisory, for instance, we are called to help people achieve their own corporate goals. And because in order to achieve that, we develop programs and products that enables our client to achieve their corporate goals. That is, we are clear about our vision and our mission. You want to succeed in 2022, you need to be clear about what you want to do. When you are confused, no one takes you serious. I believe that when people get to meet you within 5 minutes of discussion, people should know what they can do with you. People should be able to tell that I think I should call this person. I need someone to market my product. I should reach out to this organization. I need someone to design for me administrative strategy. I should call this company because your purpose is clear to everyone. Your purpose is clear to everyone. You can't be like you are neither there or like the bats. You are neither a bird and you are neither a mama. People get confused. So I want to beg every emerging entrepreneur out there that in the year 2022 you need to have clarity of purpose. If you are still confused about what you should be doing, take time out to sort that out. The next thing is commitment. Commitment to your purpose. Nobody succeeds in business without commitment. It's going to get tough. We see people come into business with excitement. I'm going to make millions of naira. Everybody wants to become Dangote overnight. Wants to become the Tetheras of this world. Without commitment to our purpose, nobody's going to be committed to something you yourself you are not committed to. The truth is that you are the first investor of your own destiny. It is a commitment you show concerning your own project that will attract investors, partners, and even clients to you. When you get so committed about something, people get to notice it. Commitment is important. Commitment to that goal. When you wake up in the morning, what are you committed to? What are you committed to? Now, from commitment, you need to move to the third C, which is consistency. You need to be consistent with your commitment. You want to go into commodity trading, you need to be consistent with it. You don't have to say, okay, because there are challenging times, I'm not going to do that anymore. And that differentiates a successful entrepreneur from the failure. Consistency. Because when you bring in clarity, commitment and consistency. People begin to look, okay, I need someone to market my product. Can I give a call to Rotimi? I need someone to design the brand of my product. Can I give a call to Destiny? I need someone to employ staff for me. Can I call Ifeanyi? I need someone to put together a program for me. Can I call Kalista? People begin, your name comes to mind immediately. People have a particular need. And that is because you have attained clarity, commitment, and there's consistency. I spoke to you last December. You said you are into shoe business. Now I called you to say, okay, can I get some shoes? You said, I'm sorry, I'm no longer selling shoes. I'm not into what should we say now? Can someone help me? Say you are into bags. You are no longer, you see the ladies in the house, they understand. Now, I said, okay, fine, I'm going to buy bag in Valentine for my girlfriend, or like for those of us that are married, for my wife. And then Valentine shows up, I call you, please, can I get that bag? Say, I'm sorry, I just thought, I no longer sell bag. I'm into what this time? Clothing. And so the people get confused because you lack of consistency. It gets to a point, people say, I'm not sure, let's just leave that man alone. So you must be able to migrate from clarity, commitment to consistency. Now, especially those of you that are just graduates or coming into the entrepreneurship world, you need to be certified. That's the fourth C, certification. I'm not talking about going into the four walls of the university to acquire knowledge. You don't have excuse these days. Google, especially in the area of Google, the area of digital e-learning. But let me tell you the truth. You can't succeed without the right information. You can't. You might be able to succeed without the formal university certificate, but you can't succeed without information. So certification is important. And if you can get certified, as like for instance, some years back after I left the university, 21 years back, I decided to say, okay, I want to go into entrepreneurship. So I started going for foreign courses, both local and foreign courses, to develop myself. Today, I have several certifications in different areas of entrepreneurship. You need to be certified, not just for the certificate purpose, but to be truly informed in whatever you want to go into in 2022. Reach out for information. Go online for information. Look at the people that are doing what you want to do. Become like a sponge, sucking water, taking information, giving yourself. The truth is that every day you should be better than your previous day. One thing I tell people I mentor is that make sure you read something new about what you're doing. For instance, you read agriculture in the university. Agriculture is developing. Every day there are new value chain being developed. For instance, we talk about the production aspect. But you know that one of the reasons Africa is poor is because we have missed some of the vital value chain in agriculture, which is processing and packaging. We talk about processing, packaging, and storage. So, but when you read, you get yourself informed, you become valuable. Like what we see, there's earning in. When you learn with a desire to apply, you earn. The reason you're going to earn more this year is when you increase in value. It's when you increase in value. I want to talk to you today and speak to you tomorrow, and there's something different about you. One of the things you should do as an entrepreneur is that when you're discussing with someone in the business world, jot and go back after the discussion to go and expand on that information. So that the next time the person is talking to you, the person get to see somebody different. You are more informed. Actually, information increase value, and value increase relevance. The reason you're going to be relevant in 2022 is because you have an increase in value, but you cannot increase value if you are not well informed. The truth is that if you are not informed, you will be deformed. That was the truth. So no matter the field you want to go into, make sure you're certified. Don't be a quack. Don't be a quack. The reason people set up farm, I've seen people say, okay, everybody is going to agriculture. The next time they have the first 10 million, they invest it into agriculture without the right information. And you see these people losing money. You want to go into fishery, guys, get the right information. Not differentiate. I'll give you a classic example, not just fishery. Okay, I was in Kano recently with my team, and we met a man, not recently, that should be last year, and we met a man that harvested a lot of his fish farm was a success, but no market for his fish farm. And everybody's looking for fish everywhere, but he's got a fish farm with a lot of fish, but nobody to buy. So the issue is due to lack of information. You need to have information in whatsoever you're going to. That is what certification is all about. Now, this aspect I want to share, the fifth dimension about the five C's, is collaboration. Collaboration. Or because we are living in a world of connecting economy. You are as good as the partnership you are into. Partnership is designed for leverage. When you don't know it all. You know, there are people that comes into your business and you just move from 0 to 100, from 1 to 10. Learning how to build strategic collaboration, investment in strategic relationship is important. You want to sell as an emerging entrepreneur, build strategic relationship. Learn to collaborate with people. You want to put the training program together. You want to set up a poultry farm. Collaborate with people. Collaborate with sellers of eggs. Collaborate with people that sell frozen chicken. Collaborate with restaurants. Sign partnership. It is important because the truth of every business success is that marketing is 60% of business success. So you want to increase your channels of distribution by having effective collaboration. Even when we talk about fashion entrepreneurship, we talk about technological entrepreneurship, it all boils down to effective collaboration. Effective collaboration. These five C's are essential, and I want to go back to the first one, clarity of purpose. Make sure you know what you want to do. Don't move with the Jones. Everybody is going to Dubai to buy clothes. You to down to Dubai. When you don't even have an existing market, everybody is going to piggery. Man, meet you. I set up a pig farm for 10 million naira, where you don't even know how to manage all the value chain that comes with piggery. Now, we need to have clarity of purpose in 2022. And clarity of purpose is successful when you carry out an effective need analysis. What is need analysis? Understudy the problem in the living society. Do I think I want to solve this problem? Is this the kind of problem I want to solve? When you carry out an effective need analysis, you'll be able to have clarity of purpose. So then for clarity of purpose, we talked about commitment to application. And then for commitment, we talked about what? Consistency is important. It's important, especially for emerging entrepreneur. You must be consistent. You must be. Time will come, there will be times in your life that you don't want to get out of bed. But you've got to be consistent. You've got to be consistent. You look at for a way, for instance, we're having this business clinic. We ought to be doing it upstairs. But I woke up this morning not feeling too good. But because of the principle of consistency, I have to look for an option. How do I get this thing done today? Now, when you are consistent in the right attitude, you gain the right experience. So consistency is key. What are the other things we share? Certification. Certification. So acquire knowledge. Get certified. And spend, especially these days, there are so many online training programs that they will certify you. You are a business manager in your company. Go online and get certified. Are you getting it? You want to go online and Google agricultural entrepreneurship. Get certified. For instance, on the 22nd of this, no, 18th and 19th of March, we're organizing an entrepreneurship training, agricultural entrepreneurship training. That would be an opportunity for you to get certified. And so even participants of the program will be given certificate of participation in entrepreneurship, agricultural entrepreneurship basic. So you want to take advantage of this opportunity to get certified. Now the fifth one is what? Collaboration. Extremely important. This is extremely important. And it is very important. So I believe with this 5C, you'll be able to you a successful business. Now, there are things I want to share with us before we close this section. Then we're going to give room for question and answers. That's what we do during the business clinic. Just share with um, participants and then give them the opportunity to ask questions in line with what we've shared. Now, let's talk about trending investment opportunity for 2022. Trending investment opportunity for 2022. How many of you have heard of Mentafest? No. No, it's not. Now, training opportunity, that's part of it. Mentafest is a new level of technology that we can go into. Okay. Now, let's look at trending investment opportunity for 2022. Now, what I've tagged the reinvestment, REAL, put it reinvestment for 2022. And I'm going to, it's an acronym of what I want to share with us in today's section. Real. The first, the R there represents real estate. In 2022, you want to take advantage of investment in real estate. You don't need to start with 20 million. There are places you can buy land for 200,000. Keep it. Because they often say the only real business is real estate. Are you getting it? Because it increases in value over time. So you can start real estate business even with 100,000. There are core villages you can buy, even in your town. You can go buy acres of land for agricultural purposes. You need to. And I'm going to tell you, because of the challenges taking place, people are buying, selling properties. And properties, this is the best time to invest in the real estate business. That's something you should take advantage of in 2022. Now you're going to realize the next thing is the E. E is e-commerce, e-business, anything digital, electronic businesses. This is the E. It's going to increase in the year 2022. Now we can see that most European countries are going back to shutdown activities. People are so used to the shutdown that it's difficult for people to return back to normality. So e-education, e-learning, e-commerce, e-church, everything is going online. So you want to see how you can invest in the e-world. Metaverse is a new technology where you can experience an entire new experience as if you are facing the real world. And it's growing very fast. The world is growing. Time will come that 90% of 95% of business transactions will not be one-on-one. Will be through the e-world system. And you want to make sure you are investing in that as quick as possible. We're talking about e-money, e-government, e-procurement, e-learning, e-health. Now, doctors can diagnose you online and then recommend prescription, and the pharmacist deliver to you online. You are not coming. The truth is that human contact is highly being limited now. It's being reduced. And if you don't take advantage of the e-world system taking place, you are going to be the poorest in the new age from 22 to 2030, especially in the developing nations like Nigeria, because there's still room for the e-world to advance here. So you start thinking of how do I involve myself in e-currency? How do I involve myself in e-learning platform? How do I develop one? There are languages, for instance, you can set up an e-learning tool. So begin to write down what aspect of the e-world do I want to maximize? Of the e-world do I want to maximize? Agriculture, the e-world is taking over. We need to get that. So the next thing you want to do under the reinvestment 2022 is the A, which stands for agriculture. You want to invest in commodity trading. We have gone ahead of several companies in the world by setting the first Africa Bread Exchange contest, and which is already online. By God's grace, it should be up and running in the month of February. Now, what we're trying to do with the agriculture is bring the digital space, getting farmers, support farmers in rural environments, get the process, the packaging, connect everybody on the system. So you can register as a producer on our platform, you can register as a processor, you can register as someone that is into packaging, agricultural packaging, as an exporter, as an importer. We have developed a system that brings everyone together under one platform. So we're talking about the agricultural sector. You want to invest there. I'll tell you, can this is the age where our youth are going to become multi-millionaire over time. So we'll talk about the A, invest in agriculture. Cassava is there. People are talking about Gary is as expensive as if number. How much do we buy? And anyone give me an idea of how much you buy Gary? It's been a while. The mood of Gary costs, wow, 300, 400 for Gary for a mood. And you know that's and it's going to increase with time. So we need to talk about ginger is costing how much? We talk about garlic. We talk about rice, beans. Maize is even extremely expensive. Now we need to understand that agriculture investment in agriculture is still yet to be utilized in Africa and in Nigeria, where we are yet to take advantage of the arable land God blessed us, God has blessed us with as a nation. So that the A there is the way. Now the L is something I expect all of us to take it. The L, which represents the logistics. Have you noticed that during the COVID, while companies were shutting down, Amazon was increasing. Now, I spoke to a man who a very important personality in Nigeria recently, and he said businesses are shutting down because of Amazon in the US. Closing. Because the Amazon sell almost everything now. Yes, except human being that you cannot buy on Amazon. Anything you want, you can see it on Amazon. But you know the advantage of Amazon? They were able to access the e-word early and then the logistic part. So most companies during the COVID, when the COVID issue was still very high, were unable to end because there was no logistic part aspect to their business. Now you want to excel in the year 2022, you must either invest in a logistic component of your business, or you go into partnership with a logistic company. If you notice, as soon as the shutdown was let um, go, we started seeing bikes in Nigeria moving products from one place to the other. But you can take it to another height. Have you ever thought of setting up a logistic company for just a community? Community like Guarimpa, you become the Guarimpa Logistic Company, where people book online for you to deliver groceries to them. So you have the dashboard, people just book, I need 2 bags of rice. So they clip the tomatoes, clip everything, and you deliver. A logistic firm. I gave an example to my team one time I was in South Africa, and it was cold because in South Africa, June, July is the winter, and I never knew because when you travel to the UK, it's not June, July. So I thought, okay, I'm going to South Africa for the very first time. So I went without the right preparation. And it was extremely cold, and the guest house I stayed in, I couldn't go out to eat. Then I saw a flyer, then I ordered for meal. A young guy with a powerful bike came in less than 5 minutes, brought the meal. I was like, look at the guy, you mean you into this business? But this is what happened. I paid either 22 or 32 rand for my meal. But the next day, as an entrepreneur, I looked at it, I said, I want to know where this guy's office is. Then I went to the office, to a shopping mall. Funny enough, the shopping mall is not even far from the hotel because I traveled to both Pretoria and Johannesburg. But I was in Pretoria that period. The shopping mall was closed. Moved to just go to the shopping mall. I saw an entire plaza. All they do there is just food, different food. They call it food court. Beautiful. See people, you can eat anything you want. You want to eat frogs, snake, every kind of meal is there. But what this young man did is that he just had a partnership with all the restaurants, connect them to his logistic firm. You click, he's the one that picks. His own price that is 32 rand, the restaurant gives you like 10 rand. He makes 22 rand for providing logistic services. He earns more than the restaurant. And since then, I came back to Nigeria and I thought, this guy cheated me. But he was a smart guy. I'm like, what? You earn more than the food at the restaurant bill. But you know what? I started looking at what do you do with your power bikes? What do you do with your car? You can set up a logistic firm. Even you just it could be clothing lines. People book online and you get a point and you have a partnership collaboration. Remember the 5 C's we shared. You have collaborated with a fashion industry and you don't have to put the name, you just give it a code. African fashion, modern fashion, hotel, what's it called? Cocktail dress. You label it and the person pick cocktail dress. The various cocktail dress for the different fashion line you're working with, they pick the sizes that then the person come, and you're making a lot of money. So logistics is going to be because that we are now in a new world. Now we talk about robots delivery services in the US. There's a company practicing in Lagos. We talk about the one that looks like the drones delivery services. Now I'm expecting people like me to begin to think. You understand? You can even bring logistic services into agriculture, where you deliver fertilizer to somebody's farm. The person needs it, and there's a delivery services, and the person places the fertilizer. The person, because what you do is that you are cutting time and space for people. Everybody wants to be able to maximize time and space, and that is why logistic company they are here to stay. But don't just do it with just Okada. Think of how you can. That is why you've gone to school. That's the benefit of education. How do I make mine better? You know, you can set up a logistic company just for provide delivering food to people's home. The grocery, Abuja Grocery Logistic Company.com. All you do is, I don't know if you are all thinking as I'm speaking. Yeah, someone is saying, okay, all you do is you supply fresh tomatoes, yam, okra. So you go to farmers, you sign deal with them, and once you start from that time you update your platform, and people, and your delivering services. Everybody knows that you want grocery, just go to Abuja Grocery Delivery.com. Just put, because there are people that we are becoming too busy. So I'm leaving my office. On my platform, I just Google Abuja Grocery Delivery Services. I want one uh, one basket of tomatoes, 2 tubers of yam, and I put the money, and the person adds the logistic cost, and the person comes and gives me. It makes life easy for people. And remember, we said earlier, when you make money when you're providing solution, solving people's problem. So I believe that if we look at the reinvestment of 2022, talking about real estate, the e-world, which is with e-currency, e-commerce, e-business, e-government, and then you talk about the agriculture, begin to exploit the various value chain in agriculture, and then you begin to exploit the logistic department, you're going to make money. You're going to make money. There are other aspects, valuable business and investment opportunity, which we will not be sharing today. We'll be sharing that on Saturday and our first boot camp for the year, where we're going to expose opportunities to people in David. You can take advantage of this opportunity and create wealth. So I want to thank all of you for being part of today's broadcast. We want you to do something for us. Now, you have watched this video, you have been part of this training. One thing we want you to do is to share this video to your friends, colleagues, because in the year 2022, one of the things we intend to do is to provide free business training to Nigerians. And it's going to, not just Nigerians, to anyone that wants to do business. We're going to provide free business training to people across the world. You want to enjoy our free business training, business opportunity, business and investment opportunity. We want you to click the red button, subscribe, and so that from time to time, and also we uh, want you to just do this favor for yourself and those around you, so that 2022 will be your best year so far. We want to thank you once again for being part of today's podcast. My name is Oba Boniface. I'm the principal consultant of the Ambassador Business Clinic and the CEO of the Ambassador Terrestrial Investment Limited. So I'm going to leave the next 10 minutes for questions, if there's any questions, so that I can provide more clarity to that. Is there anybody that wants to ask any question either regarding the 5C or the reinvestment? Anyone? Because it is important that we get it right. Hmm? So anybody? Now, if there's no one, so we're going to be closing today. Before we close, I want to specially invite you to our business boot camp on Saturday, the 22nd of this month. It's going to start from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. All you need to pay is just 2,000 naira because we'll have a tea break and then we're going to have a lunch. So you don't want to miss this opportunity to kickstart your year. And then on the 18th and 19th of March, we will be hosting the agricultural entrepreneurship for the first section of the agricultural crop production and animal husbandry. They're going to be in Abuja those 2 days and use in the peak of the Friday, whether you are 18th and 19th of March. We're also going to post it on a different platform. I want all of you to attend the 2022 agricultural entrepreneurship training. But don't miss this Saturday, 10 o'clock. We're going to be having a nice time together, developing strategy, making and sharing our vision for 2022, and also helping you to grow your business in 2022. So, if there's no further question, because this is expected to be a practical section. Now, one of the things I'm going to ask is, I'm going to ask some of you what you have learned in this process, because this is a clinic. So we will start with uh, Mr. Rotimi. You are going to turn the mic and face the person that is speaking, and the person will share what they have learned during this section. Are we getting that? So let's put our hands together as we invite, come in and welcome. So we welcome, who is going to be the first person to take, to share with us what they have learned during this section? Anybody? Okay, so,
Actually, now that most this year was going forward, we have to talk about it. And that we have to ensure that whenever we want to do or whatever we do, we should have a clear mindset on whatever we're doing. We should look for a problem, be clear about that problem, and be able to, see how we could solve, propose solution to that problem. I also learned about commitment. Just like what Brian said, if you're into whatever you're doing, be committed to it, give it you have a purpose for whatever you're doing. Because if you don't get committed to what you're doing, nobody else will be committed to it as well. And then the aspect of consistency, you have to be consistent with whatever you're doing. If you're known to be doing this today, like you're known to be selling a particular product or you're known to be doing a particular product, be consistent about it, not that when it is time for many people to get to know what you're doing, the next thing move into something else without people getting to know exactly what you're doing. And then the certification, we have to upgrade ourselves. We have to read. We have to, add value to ourselves on a daily basis. You don't have to, for us to be great, to come out outstanding, you have to, you know, get the right information, Google, read, study to upgrade yourself, develop yourself, to get the right certification, and then collaboration. We said something about it. Right now, most people that have achieved greatness today achieve it based on connecting to the other person. You need to connect, and get connected for you to, achieve greatness.
So thank you, Rachel. So, Destiny, what have you learned today? Okay. Carissa, have you learned something today?
Okay. Well, everything was meant to be. The world is looking for people that solve problems. Every point in time, when you wake up every morning, you think about what can I actually do? How can I bring this problem to solve and all of that. As in, you don't have to be somebody that they actually require something from you, but you don't have anything to offer. As a human being, you should think every day, what can I provide for the nation, what can I provide for the society or people around me? And the world today is digitalized. Like we actually expected to think of how can I improve in what I do. Like if you are a fashionist, you think of how can I expand my business? How can I go to take my business to a higher places, like connecting people with my business? How can people get to know me worldwide and all of that? And you will be commitment. You be committed to whatsoever you do. Be committed, be consistent in whatsoever you are doing, so that your business won't get to crash along the way. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks. Is there, okay, Madam B, you have something to share? Okay, just give me. Okay, now, can you just put, I want to say something. From all the people have shared, there are so many things to say. Thank you for coming. So let me say, after I left the university, like most Nigeria, I wanted to just escape and leave Nigeria. Go to the UK, stay there and do things. But you know what? It just didn't work out. But due to commitment and consistency, the first time I traveled to the UK, I traveled as a CEO to consult for a British intelligence company. Today, majority of my clients are foreign-based clients. The goal is consistency. But I'll tell you, when we started, nobody really recognized what I was doing. People get confused. I had a training online recently with some business women, both outside and within the country. And I was shocked that everybody in that meeting was like, I never knew they knew what they needed from me. And and the truth is, as a result of consistency, they all realized that we want to invest in Nigeria. We have heard of the ambassadors. We want them to advise us on what to invest in. And to be sincere, I was in that meeting, but I was shocked myself. Consistency is not about what you do. It will review what people think about you over time. It will attract the right clients to you over time. It might not give you the initial money you want, but if you are consistent. So I was just thinking, we had a meeting, was it Sunday or what? Sunday will be online, and I was like, they were all saying the same thing, want to, like, so there are people abroad that knows that this is what the ambassador. I know there are people in the UK, in France, and Germany that we're consulting for. But what I'm saying is that over time, over time, to said something about fashion, which is true. Um, if anyone spoke about clarity, commitment, you can think. When people think of buying a goosey, what comes to their mind? When people think of fashion, what comes to their mind? So in 2022, don't forget the 5C. I'm serious. Clarity of purpose, commitment, consistency, certification. And certification, to use the right word, upgrade yourself. Upgrade yourself. Do what we call daily upgrade. Upgrade yourself. For instance, you're into fashion. Do you know that fashion accessories sells more than fashion itself? Buying clothes. There are people that wear these bangles, and it's easy to design a good jewelry, leather jewelries, and before you know it, you're selling 1 million units of it globally. Cheaper to produce, gives more revenue. So, but if you don't research, how would you know it's time to develop into fashion accessories? Same everywhere, upgrade. Every day you wake up, one of the things you must learn to do, and this is my extra counsel to everyone, that both those that will be listening to this video across the world, is that every day you wake up, read something new about what you are into. Go online, Google new trend in fashion, new trend in agriculture, effective strategy for business administrator, effective strategy for business manager. Read it. There's always something new online. Upgrade yourself. Read something new every day. Talk to someone about your business every day. Every day. And the most important one, do something about your business every day. I appreciate big dreams, but nothing changes until you act. Action changes things. Nothing will change until you act. Nothing changes until you act. You know, it's passion that gives you drive to do what you do. Okay, some of you, the team, the staff, you came out this morning, you saw me screaming like a baby. When I was screaming, because I was having excruciating pain. But now I'm talking, I'm not feeling the pain again. See, when you are passionate about your goal, you forget about yourself. There must be something that makes you get up from the bed in the morning. Like you say, I want to do this. If you forget the pain for that moment, because you are taken over by your passion. We're in our finest moment as entrepreneurs. Because the greater the crisis, the more opportunity to make cash. We started by saying that all of you must step up this year to become a solution provider. Look at every sector. What solution can I provide in the agricultural sector? What solution can I provide in the fashion sector, the beauty sector? What problem will I be solving this year? What problem will I be solving this year? We ought to have stopped the business plan, but I think, having listened to Ifeanyi and Callisto, I just felt I should talk more, because people reward you for solving problems. I want that to sink into me. People see, until you are adding value to people, you become irrelevant to them. Relevance is a product of value. If you're going to be valuable, if you're going to be relevant in 2022, you must upgrade yourself in value. You must upgrade yourself in value. Everywhere you find yourself, like Rotimi, just did something valuable, taking charge of the this thing today. That when the network was having problem with Glo, what did it do? It switched. That is what it means to be resourceful. The average entrepreneur only think of resources, but they are not resourceful. That is why you must never give excuse to yourself to say. Don't accept excuse and don't give one. Let people look and say, okay, they wake up in the morning, I need to eat, who do I call? Until your name is popping in people's mind, you'll be poor. Because if you are not solving problem, you are a problem yourself. You have become a problem. That's the truth. People might not like your face, but if you are solving the problem, they will pay you. I don't know if you make yourself an asset in 2022. Make yourself an asset. People don't have to like your nose. But I'll tell you, when you become an asset, people will pay you. There's a kind of asset you develop. People ask you, how much will you earn for us to get you? That's when you know you have attained asset. You have become your level, value have increased. For 2022, there's so much crisis coming. We're already seeing it in the world. But I'll tell you, this is your finest movement as entrepreneur. Why? Provide a solution. Become a solution bearer. In the food business, catering services. There's a friend of mine that is into catering, and we're speaking today. I used to tell her about certain strategy for our because in business clinic we are playing where we are like to be practical because it's an opportunity for me to mentor people coming into business. Now, in this, she was telling me at the point that she's not selling in a restaurant because she doesn't sell alcohol. And I told her that is not true. Most of the successful restaurants don't sell alcohol. You have to innovate. You have to step out of your comfort zone. So in the next business clinic, especially on Saturday, I'm going to be telling some of us things out to maximize 2022. You don't want to miss that. It's a training that will be worth even 200,000, but we are just doing it for 2,000, 5,000 for non-members. But I'll tell you, you attend that training, there's going to be a mental shift. You're going to understand how to create what in the new era. How to create what. All of you emerging entrepreneurs that I see before me, I see multi-millionaires. That's the truth. And I'm not saying this to cite you guys. Is waking up every day and said I'm a solution bearer. One of the things I spoke to some of you is that always go out with a jotter. Have an idea book, idea and vision book. When an idea comes to you, write it down because you must be able to catch the idea. Put it on a paper and then work on it later. Are we getting there? So I want to teach people to, you have learned one or two things today, go and act. And one of the ways you're going to pay me back is ensure you come with at least 10 people or 5 on Saturday. That's the best you can help them. I'm serious. And for those of you that will be watching this online, the address is the Ambassador Center, Etenge Plaza, Yahuza Suya Sport, along ADT Hotel off First Avenue, Empire State, Abuja. This Saturday program will not be online because it's a paid program. We don't do paid program online. We can raise it later on. So it's the paid program. We're going to share the link to people that paid and are not in Abuja. Now, for those that pay that are not in Abuja, links will be shared to them. So you don't have to be in Abuja to attend. It's going to be an online, it's both an online program and an offline program. But the link will be shared to only those that paid for the program so that anywhere you are in the world, you can be part of Saturday's boot camp. Don't start your year without attending a special boot camp. Are you getting it? It's always good for you to start a new year to attend a business boot camp. So once again, thank you all for coming.
Rotimi, you can now shut the system down. So we share the same one. Thank you guys. Good morning, my happy new year. Nice.